Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As this year is coming to an end, I have a really exciting announcement for you in the new year. Starting in January, part of my daily content will migrate to Substack and Patreon, and I'm very excited to start working on new interviews there. That you will see more written content, and there will be more ways for you to engage. For my subscribers to engage, there is a subscriber-only chat, and I think it will be a lot of fun. It's a really great way to connect with like-minded people, to share your thoughts, share your perspective on the topics that we discuss. I think it will be a lot of fun and will be really enjoyable. I will include the links to my Substack and Patreon in the description box below this video. Make sure that you are subscribed, and I look forward to seeing you on those two platforms. Besides finding alternatives to the US dollar, the so-called de-dollarization, what else unites countries of the global south? And what is the BRICS bloc prioritizing? Now, you might be surprised to hear that a cohesive joint approach towards AI, artificial intelligence, is now on the top of the BRICS bloc agenda. The global debate around artificial intelligence has been framed as a race. Who builds the fastest models, who controls the most data, who dominates the chips, the platforms, the standards. But something else has been taking shape alongside that race. A growing number of countries are no longer focused on winning AI. At any cost, instead, they want a seat at the table where the rules of the AI era are written, and increasingly that table is forming around BRICS. Now, unsurprisingly, the rise of BRICS as an alternative center of power, as an alternative center for AI policymaking, has triggered pushback from the West. Of course it would, and there are three reasons why. The first one is technological containment, as you know very well. Because I discuss it so frequently here on my channel, the United States and EU have tightened export controls. They restricted access to advanced chips for countries like China, Russia, and Iran. The aim is likely to fragment the bloc and to nudge India and Brazil toward the West, while at the same time isolating China and Russia. The second reason is narrative pressure. BRICS AI initiatives are routinely framed in Western media as authoritarian or repressive, and so that narrative is designed to undermine the BRICS' legitimacy among undecided countries. The third reason is competition through parallel platforms, Western-backed AI, alliances, and the massive investments in data centers across Africa, Asia, and Latin America are meant to crowd out BRICS-linked projects, especially in countries that are still unsure of their alignment. The rapid advance of AI has collided with a transforming, multipolar global order, and at that intersection, BRICS is emerging not simply as an economic bloc, but as a platform for building what you could call a digital belt of institutions. And I will explain why this is so important. These are structures that are meant to shape how AI is governed globally, not just how it is deployed. For BRICS, this is not primarily about innovation. Bragging rights not about bragging. It is about strategic resilience, about avoiding a future where technological power is unipolar, where it is unaccountable, and when it is used as leverage. With AI now being used in military technologies, this isn't just a game anymore. For many countries outside the core BRICS group, this matters deeply. AI governance is no longer an abstract issue. It affects access to technology. It's about economic development, national security, and also political sovereignty. Aligning with BRICS on AI is increasingly seen as a form of geopolitical insurance. It is a protection against a world where rules are set exclusively by a handful of Western governments and corporations. A major driver of this shift has been the unpredictability of American commitments in the tech sector. We're talking about a wide range of coercive measures, such as export controls, sanctions, shifting regulatory demands, and political pressure. Of course, this has pushed the world majority toward a strategy of multi-alignment. India is likely the clearest example of this. New Delhi is deepening cooperation with BRICS, while also remaining compatible with Western norms. And in fact, India will chair BRICS in 2026, and just months earlier, it will host the Global AI Impact Summit. That alone tells you where the center of gravity is moving. This is the definition of a multipolar world over the past few years. BRICS members have reached consensus on AI development, on ethics, and on security. These principles are already reflected in joint declarations and in policy recommendations. The real turning point came in July of 2025, at the BRICS summit in Rio de Janeiro. During that summit, leaders adopted the BRICS leaders, Statement on the Global Governance of Artificial Intelligence. This was the first attempt to tackle AI governance at an intergovernmental level that genuinely reflected the global majority and, unlike previous AI, frameworks that were driven by Western initiatives and a very limited participation. This document actually aims to establish universal and equitable foundations for future AI regulation, with the interest of developing and emerging economies, of course, effectively built in from the very start. In parallel, the entire ecosystem of BRICS-related AI institutions has already emerged, and this is so fascinating and important. These include the BRICS Institute for Future Networks, the Partnership for the New Industrial Revolution, Ad Hoc Digital Economy and AI Working Groups, the BRICS Plus AI Alliance initiated by Russia, and the BRICS China AI Development and Cooperation Center. So together, these institutions form the basis of an alternative AI governance architecture, but the picture is far from seamless, of course. And there are challenges, and so let's discuss them. BRICS is not a centralized bloc. It cannot be a centralized bloc at this point in time. Given how diverse politically, economically, socially its members are, it is a coordination platform among sovereign states, which is why many initiatives do overlap. Transparency is sometimes uneven and progress does exist, but at times it is very fragmented, and there is also a considerable imbalance inside the group itself. China, of course, accounts for the most significant portion of generative AI impact within the BRICS bloc, and then India, Brazil, and Russia together make up roughly 12%. If BRICS wants to achieve a unified AI vision, then there is a lot of work to be done. They need to expand joint research centers. They need to invest in shared infrastructure, and they need to support less developed members in that regard, too. There have been several new initiatives this year, however. In November, Russia and China agreed to establish a joint expert council on AI cooperation. Then there is also the AI Success Hub, with nearly 80 AI implementation cases from around 30 BRICS plus and partner countries. So this is governance through practice, of course, not just theory, and yes, it does take a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort to implement these initiatives. As BRICS continues to expand, we're going to see more countries join AI governance initiatives, so make sure that you are staying tuned. I will keep you updated here on YouTube and on my Substack and Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. As always, support my work. I truly appreciate every single one of you who has become a paid subscriber. Thank